afternoon, Joe. I'm glad you reached out to talk about conflict management. In any parish, conflicts are inevitable. They're not a sign of failure, but rather an opportunity to grow in understanding and to practice grace. Let's walk through some common types of conflicts you may face as an Episcopal priest and how to address them. Let me introduce myself first. I am Reverend Dr. Terry, an experienced rector and conflict resolution mentor in one of our Episcopal high schools. Let me structure my talk in different scenarios. Scenario 1, misunderstandings and miscommunications. How would you handle this case? Say, a parishioner misinterprets a message from the pulpit or an announcement in the church bulletin. Rumors spread, and soon the congregation is anxious about an issue that was never intended. My recommended approach, just simply clarify and be transparent. Listen carefully to the concern. Ask clarifying questions. What exactly did you hear or read? Reiterate what was actually said or intended, ensuring you highlight any misinterpretation. With timely intervention, address rumors promptly during announcements or in a parish newsletter. Invite follow-up conversations in small groups or one-on-one. Make use of established communication channels. Encourage people to come directly to you or the parish office for clarification. Use consistent messaging in bulletins, emails, or social media. So a recommended attitude are patience and humility. Recognize that honest misunderstandings happen. Show a willingness to listen more than you speak at first. Openness, communicate calmly, avoid defensiveness, and foster an environment where questions are welcome. Second scenario, power plays among parish members. Say, certain influential parishioners or groups seek to control decision-making. They may ignore or marginalize other voices in the church community. My recommended approach: identify the dynamics. Observe which individuals or groups consistently overshadow others. Discern whether these individuals hold official roles, e.g., vestry positions, or are informal opinion leaders. Promote shared leadership. Encourage healthy collaboration through committees or task forces that include diverse membership. If a strong personality dominates discussions, politely redirect the conversation and invite quieter voices. Leverage Episcopal polity. Remind the vestry or leadership team of the church's governance structure. Decisions are not made by one person, but in mutual discernment. Uphold transparency and accountability in all processes. My recommended attitude: firm yet pastoral. Be compassionate, but don't shy away from setting boundaries. Inclusive and balanced. Strive to hear all voices. Recognize strengths in strong leaders while ensuring they don't stifle others. Third scenario, unsupportive vestry members. Say, a few vestry members constantly criticize, resist change, or question your leadership, making it difficult to move forward. My recommended approach: individual conversations. Invite unsupportive members for coffee or a private meeting. Listen to their concerns and try to understand their perspectives. Clarify roles and responsibilities. Refer to Episcopal Church canons and parish bylaws. Make sure everyone knows their responsibilities and how decisions are collaboratively made. Team building and vision casting. Organize a vestry retreat focused on prayer, shared vision, and mutual understanding. Encourage open dialogue and address conflicts without personal attacks. My recommended attitude: respectful listening. Acknowledge differences in opinion. Show you value their insights even if you disagree. Patient guidance. Sometimes trust builds slowly. Consistency, transparency, and fairness in leadership will eventually earn respect. Fourth scenario, financial contributions and fundraising issues. Say, tension arises over budget constraints, perceived inequities in giving, or disagreements about fundraising methods, e.g., some want a silent auction, others prefer a capital campaign. My recommended approach: education and transparency. Present the parish's financial situation clearly, income, expenses, and the impact of giving on ministry. Provide multiple options for fundraising, inviting broad parish input. Stewardship teaching. Preach and teach about Christian stewardship, emphasizing generosity as part of spiritual life. Offer year-round stewardship programs, not just a once-a-year pledge drive. Invite collaboration. Form a committee that includes people with different skills. Finance experts, creative planners, newcomers, for inclusive decision-making. My recommended attitude: gratitude and generosity. Demonstrate thankfulness for every gift, large or small. Diplomacy and fairness. Ensure that everyone's concerns about finances are respectfully heard, balancing practicality with faith. Fifth scenario: conflicts over worship styles or liturgical preferences. Say, some parishioners prefer a traditional Rite One service, while others want a more contemporary worship approach. Tensions bubble up over music, language, and ceremonial details. My recommended approach: listening sessions. Host open forums or small group gatherings where worship preferences can be safely discussed. Encourage participants to share how certain styles or rituals deepen their connection to God. Teach about variety. Remind everyone of the Episcopal tradition's rich diversity in liturgical expressions. Both traditional and more contemporary forms are valid. Compromise or multiple services. If feasible, provide a variety of service styles. Let the parish experience the beauty in each tradition. Celebrate commonalities, word, sacrament, community, while acknowledging personal preferences. My recommended attitude: respect and harmony. Value the richness of diverse liturgical expressions. Creative flexibility. Show willingness to try new things while respecting existing traditions. Scenario 6. Personal conflicts and grievances. Say, two parishioners have a long-standing feud. Their personal animosity spills into church activities, dividing friends and committees. My recommended approach: encourage direct conversation. Urge them to speak directly to each other, guided by Christ's teaching in Matthew 18:15-17. Offer to mediate if necessary. Pastoral counseling. Provide a safe space for each person to share concerns, reminding them of their shared faith and community. Recommend professional counseling if issues run deeper than parish life. Stay objective. Do not take sides. Uphold fairness and clarity in each interaction. My recommended attitude: compassionate neutrality. Show empathy to both parties but stay anchored in principles of reconciliation. Encourager of forgiveness. Continually point them toward the healing and unity Christ offers. Let me bring you to the overarching pastoral attitudes and principles after seeing all the scenarios with my recommended approaches and attitudes. Prayerful discernment. Begin and end each conflict resolution attempt in prayer, asking for wisdom, patience, and genuine love. Active listening. Give people the space to express themselves without interruption or immediate judgment. Consistency. Develop trust by applying the same principles of fairness and transparency with all parishioners. Empathy and emotional intelligence. Attempt to see the root of each conflict, often fear, pride, or misunderstanding. Address underlying emotions rather than only surface issues. Biblical foundation. Remind the congregation of Christ's call to unity, that they may all be one, John 17:21, and Paul's exhortation to bear with one another in love, Ephesians 4:2. So, Joe, there seems a lot of things to consider, right? But remember always, this has been incredibly helpful. Conflicts can seem overwhelming, but the steps I've outlined are both practical and grace-filled. Just learn to apply them one by one wherever you encounter any conflict issue. Truly, parish ministry is a journey, Joe, filled with beautiful stories but also challenging moments. Keep your heart open and your mind prayerful. Lean on the community God places around you: wardens, vestry, fellow clergy, and mentors. Conflict doesn't have to lead to division. It can foster deeper relationships and a stronger, healthier parish. Amen. Good luck, Joe.